trenches. Check how a nigga kick it, 4-wheeler big mansion. Pop out, get with it, yeah.
Hey guys,
I'm Sierra.
And I'm Taylor.
And we're
Sierra and Taylor.
And today,
And Lola.
Yeah, my dog. Her name is Lola. And she got a new dress on because she's a bad bitch.
At least you're not a wig.
I know. I had a wig on the last one. That hoe was stiff. That was stiff. Y'all know that hoe was stiff because it was stiff and straight.
Anyways, we finna react to
King Von, Friends Become Enemies.
requested by y'all lovely people.
Like 2 people said this.
Yep.
So we're gonna do it right now. I look like Days Low. Let a nigga try me. Try me. Anyway. Okay.
My double chin's coming in bad today.
Anyways, 3, 2, 1.
Go.
You know what people told me? People told me you and Youngboy was beefing or something like that.
I know they
That's
be
something
saying
about
that a lot.
What happened?
They be saying that a lot. It's like we got the same interest in hoes and there. You know how the internet will try to make it. But it ain't nothing too serious, nothing
But it ain't
you
nothing.
should worry about.
5 people were shot overnight in downtown Atlanta. 2 of them died, and now investigators are working to figure out what led up to the violence.
Just keep breathing, cuz.
Hold on, you can't move on that
You got it. My fault.
Yeah.
Man, he shot. What you mean we're outside?
Alright, what's up everybody? We gotta talk about this King Von situation. Rest in peace. It's tragic. Everything that could've went wrong that night. Von was shot in the parking lot of the Monaco Hookah Lounge right in the center of downtown Atlanta after this huge brawl with Quando Rondo's crew and a couple of undercover police. Everything was captured on surveillance cameras with multiple angles, and I've seen so many rumors and fake stories circulating. There's stuff about Dirt buying all the tickets to Quando Rondo's next show, news sites posting Snapchats from a fake Quando Rondo account calling King Von Queen Von. That's all fake. We don't have to invent stories. Reality is already crazy. People don't even know. There was almost a second shootout the night Von was killed. After the chaos in the parking lot at the hookah spot, both crews rushed to the hospital and went to the same one. That's why Quando Rondo went immediately to Instagram Live when he got to the entrance at the Grady Memorial Hospital.
Just keep breathing, cuz. Come on.
And while they moved Von's body on the highway 8 miles from the hospital to the morgue, Atlanta police were in the very same hospital charging Quando Rondo's boy Little Tim for the murder of King Von. Now, not only is Lil Tim fighting this felony murder case, but something people don't know is he's already fighting a conspiracy case in Georgia. After this year-long investigation took down a trap house in Savannah, confiscating 15 pounds of kush, $16,000 cash, and a bunch of guns. And if you're online even a little bit, you've seen the rumors circulating that NBA Youngboy is responsible for Von's death. We saw close NBA Youngboy affiliates going immediately to IG Live as soon as it happened,
Yes,
laughing
I remember
at Von
watching
being
that.
killed.
The joke's on you, this now you getting roughed down.
Like, that's that Von pick. When I seen y'all pop, all I could do was laugh. All I could do was laugh.
Now, we're gonna get into all this, but before we do, check out my song of the day. This is my guy Young Po. Let's go.
15 minutes.
Our Hillshire farm craftsmen start the day slow roasting
At least we
turkey
ain't gotta
for
edit it.
incredible
because
flavor.
There's no, what you call it?
Have it all.
Who's this? Oh, Song of the Day.
I'm kicking bad shit like Lil Kang. I bet they love the way we steppin'.
Little dance break.
Getting money. Now them bitches
I don't know
wanna
how to
sweat me.
dance.
I drop a bag up on it. Get that little boy from around me.
I
Niggas
hope
be
you
mad
ain't
that
finna
we
play the whole
up.
song.
Knowing back then they down. I'm blowing them racks in showers. She wanna suck it for hours.
Role of the
Well,
bad guy.
of course.
Alright, it's messed up to say, but this is the most attention Quando Rondo's ever gotten in his career. He was never a headliner, he's not a huge artist, but now he's in the position where he's playing up the role of the bad guy. Dropping that song, addressing the King Von situation, shooting that video, dressed up as the guy who killed him, Little Tim. He's been wearing bulletproof vests everywhere, getting all his shows canceled, and what makes the situation worse, at one point, King Von and Quando were cool with each other.
I seen that video yesterday. I seen Everybody
That's
ain't
a
your
video from a
friend.
year ago of the two of them before a show in Atlanta, cracking jokes and making fun of Von's ops together. But realistically, this relationship was not gonna last. And yes, NBA Youngboy is involved.
YoungBoy, the YB situation was just too real, just too good. All us got a real bond, so I don't that music shit, like, you feel me? This shit way deeper than that.
The reason YoungBoy is mentioned in this is because he has ties with both Quando and Von. Quando was the first artist signed to YoungBoy's Never Broke Again label. They've been real close ever since, making music, doing shows. They even tag team jumped their own security together.
I remember that.
I remember that guy.
And when YoungBoy was beefing with Kodak Black a couple years back, Quando showed his loyalty by going on IG Live and burning Kodak's merch.
Man, it's up.
I didn't know about
Man, we on some NBA shit, man. Tell Esther don't send you shit no more, man.
He even went to New York and got into a brawl in Brooklyn with Kodak's artist Tutu G's. According to Tutu, Quando got slapped, people were throwing chairs, it was chaos. Now thankfully, nobody got hurt, but the beef is still on to this day. And YoungBoy's got a huge list of these industry beefs with people he doesn't get along with. One tension that was slowly building behind the scenes was with him and a new artist out of Chicago named King Von.
Fuck YoungBoy talking about on this song, bro. He talking crazy on this game.
Oh, yeah?
He ain't even like that.
Oh, I seen that.
Man. You got cap in your rap.
At this point, Von was just starting to get hot. He had Crazy Story 1 out, the buzz was slowly building. And in March of 2019, Von went on Instagram Live to say that YoungBoy was lying in his raps. YoungBoy fans were quick in the comments, spamming him to apologize or something was gonna happen to Von in 48 hours. Fast forward a couple months to December of 2019. Lil Reese, who's super close to Von, comes out and says he would never do a song with YoungBoy. After fans were asking him for a collab, we could see these lines being drawn real quick between O'Block and YoungBoy's crew 4KT.
4KT.
Bruh, he got chill. 4KT.
Fast forward again, 4 months ago. These photos surfaced of Von holding hands with YoungBoy's ex-girl and baby mama, Jania. At the same time, Von was tweeting subliminals about posting some other dude's girl, doing stuff that would have him stop claiming his kids. It didn't take long for YoungBoy to match that energy and go out and do a song with King Von's ex-girl, Asian Doll. Both of them using each other's girls as props to get at one another. And the whole time, people like 600 Breezy from Chicago were hyping Von up, saying stuff like, I love what you're doing, we know what you're doing, hashtag Rapper K. So he's saying rapper killer. Basically, he's cryptically talking about YoungBoy, who then responded indirectly but super directly at the same time by saying, I'm gonna make sure my son F's your daughter since her trolling. Now this tension kept building and building behind the scenes. Von's even got subliminals about YoungBoy on this new album he dropped last month, Welcome to O'Block. On the song Mine 2, Von says outright that he's got beef in Louisiana and the other dude doesn't know it. He's rapping that gangster shit and now he's gotta show it. So when the news hit last month that Von got killed in a confrontation with YoungBoy's artist, theories started to circulate that it was YoungBoy who ordered the hit. 2 days after Von was killed, a fan uploaded an old unreleased song from YoungBoy and titled it like it was a King Von diss called Let Them Shots Off. Now this was pure clickbait, but the video still managed to go to number 8 on trending on YouTube, and it's not about King Von at all. And I saw fans starting to go back into YoungBoy's catalog, reading into his lyrics, looking for clues. One song in particular, they claim predicted Von's death 2 months before it happened. The song is called Dead Trolls, and at one point in the song, YoungBoy talks about planning to rob somebody in Atlanta. He talks about leaving his ops dead and mentions D Rose being away from the Chicago Bulls home. You connect the lyrics, King Von was staying in Atlanta, he got killed in Atlanta. D Rose was a point guard for the Chicago Bulls, but in Chicago drill, D Rose was an infamous O-Block shooter who got 40 years for a murder. He's been shouted out on numerous tracks by Chief Keef, and even Von, who's got photos side by side with him. And this song Dead Trolls just happened to drop.
It's like everything is connected, like connects to each other. It's like, it's deep. It's like it is a conspiracy.
They like try to hide it in their song. How to?
Yeah, but like these people who make these type of videos are true detectives who put everything together, because I didn't even know half of this stuff.
Exactly. I'm just listening to the song. I'm not thinking, I wonder who he's talking about. No, I just
Me too. I just be, meanwhile he talking about some folks he probably finna kill the next.
Because like I don't know them like that. Like I'm not finna worry about who he finna kill. That has nothing to do with me. I'm just there for the music, you know.
Right.
I don't care. That's his business. What it got to do with me? Nothing. Not nothing. He don't even know I exist.
Right.
He can kill who he want to kill.
Shortly after these photos surfaced of King Von holding hands with Jania, Youngboy's ex-girl. Now, before we get carried away, no, I don't think this song predicted Von's death 2 months before it happened. I don't think Youngboy cooked up some Louisiana voodoo to make that happen. In reality, the Atlanta line could be about anybody. Half the industry is in Atlanta, and Youngboy beefs with half the industry. Jada Youngin, Fredo Bang, their beefs are well documented. Both of them got tension with Youngboy, and both of them record in Atlanta. So, no, I don't buy it. Truth is, Von's manager says this incident was personal between Quando and Von.
This has nothing to do with Youngboy doing a song with Asian Doll, and that has nothing to do with this, right?
No. This has to do with Von being the person he is, and then he don't like all that sneak this, social media stuff.
As those tensions escalated between both camps, word is Quando had been talking shit behind the scenes about Von for quite some time, to the point where Von said if he caught someone from that camp, he was putting hands on. And this music industry's small, you're gonna run into people, especially in Atlanta. That's where all the good studios are, producers, label offices. Quando Rondo's from Georgia, Dirk and Von are both based out there too, so this was only a matter of time. Now, the Monaco Hookah Lounge is right in the center of downtown Atlanta. King Von's been to that spot before, it's a popular place, but it's also a red zone for shootouts. 3 people have been killed at this place in the last year alone. That's why there were undercovers patrolling the area that night and at the venue. Now, the first reports that came out were confusing.
These damn ads. But Quando Rondo, he fake. How you gonna know Youngboy don't really mess with him to be?
News said that undercover police had shot Von. We even saw dispatch calls from Chicago PD telling their officers that Atlanta police had shot Von and to move with caution around Overlock because emotions would be high.
Last night in Atlanta, police shot King Von and 2 of his people. Social media is active with, they're upset with the police. So if we have any jobs in Parkway, send 2 cars. Keep your eyes open, be wary. They're not happy with the police over there.
We later found out 3 separate crews were involved. Von's crew, Quando's crew, and the undercover police. Now, nobody knows what set Von off, but Von's manager says that night he wasn't himself. Von was celebrating his album release at Opium nightclub a few hours earlier. He was supposed to go back to his Airbnb around 2:30 in the morning, but he suddenly decided to switch routes midway and go to this hookah spot on Trinity Avenue about 10 minutes away. Now, Von cannot carry weapons himself. He's been fighting that case with Dirk in Atlanta for close to a year. They got strict guidelines to follow, but he knows his status. Usually, Von travels with 3 to 4 security, a bulletproof truck, and his guys from Chicago. But on this night, he left Club Opium by himself with 1 driver and 1 other car, leaving that fleet of security behind. When Von got to the hookah spot, he waited for 30 minutes in the car, and his security finally got word of his new location change and immediately rushed over to get to him. The whole time, Quando Rondo just happened to be in the same parking lot at that same hookah spot, napping in his McLaren. I know coincidences can happen, but this one's...
That makes sense. How are you just napping in a club parking lot in a McLaren? Like, something's up with that. He had to have known something. Yeah. It had to be a setup, because who just goes naps in an expensive car in
got all this money, sleeping
maybe he gonna explain it, but that just that don't make any sense.
Pretty big. What are the chances that King Von randomly decided to change routes and go to a hookah spot where somebody that he doesn't like happens to be at? One of Von's friends spots Quando and goes back to tell Von, and on the CCTV camera we see Quando making his way over to this white SUV, scanning the area cautiously. Shortly after, you see Von leaping out of his own car, going looking for Quando. As soon as Von sees Quando, he starts throwing punches. Von is unarmed, but his crew is swarming Quando quickly. That's when Quando's bro Lil Tim hops out the white SUV, pulls a pistol out, and fires off 5 shots, hitting Von in the chest and thighs. Bullets also graze Von's manager, who is in the mix of it. All hell breaks loose. Von's bro Slutty, who was right next to Von when the brawl started, was the first person to return fire once Von gets shot, hitting Lil Tim in the leg once, but then his gun jams, so he can't finish the job. Now this actually saves Lil Tim's life. Him getting shot in the leg drops him to the ground, making him a non-threat to the undercover police who were creeping around back in the adjacent parking lot. With Lil Tim on the ground and Slutty standing over him with a jammed up Glock, Slutty turns and runs into the adjacent parking lot towards the undercovers, who start ringing off shots and hit both Slutty and another O-Block guy named Louis in the head, killing Slutty on the spot and leaving Louis in critical condition. This whole time, Quando is still tangled up with King Von, who's just been shot a bunch of times and has paralysis in the bottom half of his body. According to Von's manager, Quando is screaming, "Von shot, Von shot." And on camera, it looks like he leans in and holds close to Von, either trying to help him or take his chain. It's hard to say which. But eventually, Von's brother Muop runs over and knocks Quando in the head, separating him from Von, where they can now pick him up and escape in the getaway vehicle. Unfortunately, even though the hospital was just 10 minutes away, doctors could not save his life. And now, we're left in the aftermath.
Yes, sir, man. Rest in peace, King Von, man.
You're talking about two cliques with huge influence, money, and power. The very next day, we saw 600 Breezy hitting the freeway at 150 miles an hour, leaving Chicago to go to Baton Rouge as a declaration of war with NBA YoungBoy's crew 4KT.
We smoke it. We condone the violence. All you hear is sirens.
Breezy is also openly talking about revenge on socials, leaving kissy emojis underneath Von's killer's IG page. Several days after everything happened, Von's childhood bro, Mimo600, went to Savannah, Georgia to film a music video in Quando Rondo's neighborhood. I think he filmed it in the housing complex close by. Regardless, point is, nobody's squashing nothing. And while Mimo was out there in Quando's neighborhood, this girl DMs him saying they should link up while he's there. After doing some research on the girl, Mimo finds her in a Quando Rondo music video just last year. It was a setup, a backdoor attempt in Quando's home city. And you've heard that theory, the enemy of your enemy is your friend. That's playing out in real time. But it's not just the industry that's affected by Von's death. We can look at the city of Chicago too. This has been the most violent year in Chicago since 2016. And just like when FBG Duck died, one side was laughing. Well, now it's the other side's turn, as these memes of Von packs are being shared all over the internet, diss songs being made, and people close to Duck just showing Von no signs of sympathy. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for this video. Rest in peace to Von. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one.
I'm dead. Right at the last second. That's crazy.
Not now.
Oh. That's crazy, bro.
How you feel about that?
That is crazy. It's a lot. Child.
Honestly, I feel like YoungBoy had nothing to do with it. I'm not gonna say that just because I'm a YoungBoy fan, but he wasn't even there, you know?
I mean, like, yeah, they was beefing. I mean, he beefed with Fredo, all of them, but they not dead. He been beefing with Fredo Bang for the longest. It's like he first started rapping and he not dead or whatever. So I don't feel like he set that up because their issues weren't that bad as much as it, whatever, you know, G-Money, all that juice. But I just feel like, yeah, it's Quando Rondo. Like it's a setup. Something gotta be wrong because who goes sleep in a thing and then somebody say, oh, Von is here, and then you like automatically I got some animosities. Like, I don't even know. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments because this shit don't make any sense.
I mean, you know, I never listened to King Von. I knew like a couple of his songs. I never listened to him. But I'm still gonna feel bad about his death. You know, he was young, he was successful, and people be joking about him. They don't even personally know him. Like, that's not funny, you know. People posting the video of his dead body, the picture of his dead body.
Yeah.
Like,
but I see why because the O-Block, the 63rd is the rival, so of course they gonna be laughing about it. Cause when what's his name, Duck. When he died, they was making fun too. So it's just return energy. Yeah. I see why they did that. They already don't get along for the longest, but it's just sad. Like, really gotta live to that.
I don't know, and I feel bad for Asian too, because people be getting on her, but I mean, y'all can't speak unless y'all had the love of y'all life taken away from y'all, like, you know? Like, even I don't know their whole situation, but I mean, people.
I think people said they wasn't dating, but like they
But-
wasn't like back together. But
Y'all know they was still in love. You can see those videos. I be seeing them. They be making me sad because I don't even know what I'll do after live my life. I'd probably be dead because I could not take that pain. But I don't know. I feel like people need to stop talking mess. If you don't even know them people personally, like, these is just because they rappers and you know a little bit about their life, you don't know their whole life story. People be acting like they know people. Like,
Quando Rondo, he fake. Look how he dancing on both sides of the team.
To be honest.
It was definitely set up because other dude was in the car, started firing it, and then he pull up and he shoot, and then the other country. I give props to wasn't it his brother? Was it his brother? No, Muwa was the one who punched him. The one who had ran into the adjacent parking lot. I forgot his name, but I give props to him because he really he risked his life, literally, and now he gone. And the other one that got he the one that got shot in the head. Then the other one was in critical condition. Like, the fact that he had shot him, he could have finished the job there, but the gun jammed, and then he went on and ran where the undercover cops were, where they shot him. But I feel like he needs some love too for that, because that was some bravery right there.
I don't know. It's all just sad. I remember when they had released the information. I was in you was in your fourth period. I was in my fourth period. And it was this dude in my class, and he told I had my boyfriend in my class, and he told him, and then he told me, and then everyone was like, oh my God, and the teacher was like, what is going on? And they're like, you wouldn't know. But I think it was in November when that all happened.
Yeah, I was in my government class, and we had just got done because the class was going to be over, and I get on Instagram, and it's like, King Von has been shot. He's in critical condition. And I was like, damn, King Von got shot. And then other girl next to me, she's like, what? And I show her. She's like, oh my gosh. Whatever. And what was later? Went to, I think it was lunch or before lunch or after.
We were going to lunch.
And then we looked and he was dead. And I was like, damn.
Because I think it was his friend confirmed it.
And everybody was like, the police. And everybody was like, what the police?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what the police? Take another black man now. And then I looked and it said Quando Rondo like later on. And I was like,
I know.
Quando Rondo, you can't be trusted, man.
I mean, he be doing too much anyways, because, like, he just always do too much, like, on social media. He just be talking mess about all these other people.
In his nose and shit.
I used to mess with him way back in the beginning of high school.
I just like 4 of his songs. That's it.
He just got too much.
Do too much.
Yeah.
He's too energized. Young boy is all chill back, and he's just like, you just look at him like, bro, sit down.
Because you don't see Youngboy going on live no more talking mess. The last time I really remember him doing that is, you talking about my wife? That was back in March. But Quando always be going live talking about somebody.
Last time Youngboy was going crazy was when he was like, I'm talking about Fredo. He was like, if I fuck your mama, you will turn around and fuck your mama. So like, he's like, you a pure bitch.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
man.
I don't know. There's a lot going.
And then the freaking Vorkatrey gang make it even worse by going on posting and saying other shit. Like, y'all could have just kept your mouth quiet, and now, you're risking young boy life doing that. Exactly. Because they're not gonna come after you, they're gonna come after your boy.
Because they don't care about y'all. They care about the leader of that group, and that's young boy.
Right. Well, yeah. Thanks for coming to that. Suggest something else y'all want to see.
Tell us how y'all feel in the comments.
We'll post another one on Friday. So thanks for watching.
Make sure you like,
comment, and subscribe.
You got knocked the fuck out, man.
You my brother, and I love you to death. I'll never go against you. I never put anything before you. Not these diamonds, not this money, or neither these hoes.